which he was elected the mayor, we talked about some of the issues in this community, and the priority item for us here was in terms of how we're going to utilize the corridor that was utilized for the SRT. We've been impacted by, obviously, the closure of the SRT in our community. Our streets have had to transform in order to make way for bus right-of-way in our community. It's had an impact on businesses, it's had an impact on traffic, and obviously our efforts to improve and create more efficient transit operation for the buses to travel in our community. That's taking place, and the conversation with the mayor was around ensuring that we had the budget. You recall that conversation, Mayor, you and I had, to ensure that we had the funding. And you did say that you would make the funding available, and you have delivered. So I'm really delighted to welcome you here this morning. Very cold day here in Scarborough Centre to invite you to announce some amazing news for our community here. So with no further ado, I'd like to ask Mayor Chow to come forward. Mayor?
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning. Wonderful to be here with local councillor Michael Thompson and TTC Chair Jamel Myers. The CEO Mandeep Lala is also here, and local residents Muna Sharaz. Yeah? Councillor Meyer and Thompson and I were here not 2 years ago, and we said having faster Scarborough transit is a priority. So we're here at Ellesmere Station, former stop of the Scarborough Rapid Transit Line. And after being extended 10 years past its lifespan, the Scarborough RT derailed. Fortunately, no one was seriously hurt, but we had to close it sooner. It was a symbol of decades of underfunding of our transit system. The previous administration cut maintenance, cut service, and raised fares. Once the RT closed, it made life much harder for people in Scarborough. While we painted bus lanes and created a replacement route for the road, commutes were longer, less reliable, roads were congested. And you know what it's like when your commute takes forever. You're late picking up your kids. You miss time with your family. Scarborough residents deserve better. In 2024, in my first budget, I continued to fully fund the Scarborough busway, so Scarborough commuters are not stuck in traffic. Today, I have good news. The Scarborough busway will open in September 2026. A dedicated bus corridor along the route of the former RT from Kennedy to Ellesmere. And yeah, not sharing the road, but it has its own separate bus lane. So buses won't sit in traffic and they'll move faster. A trip from Scarborough Centre Station to Kennedy Station will take 15 minutes only, saving riders valuable time each day. That's time you can spend with your kids, time to grab groceries without rushing, time that belongs to you, not stuck on a bus. The busway runs 4 kilometers along the old Line 3 route. It starts at Kennedy Station with stops at Tara Avenue, Lawrence East Station, and here at Ellesmere Station. Then the bus use Ellesmere bus lanes to Scarborough Town Centre. And once it opens, we expect 120,000 people to use the busway every week. Work has started and we're building it. We have extended the working hours and weekend shifts to get it done quickly and faster. This is now This is part of how we're delivering better transit across Scarborough and Toronto. We're also making life more affordable. I've not raised transit fares 3 years running. We extended the one fare with the province, and starting later in 2026, the more you ride, the less you pay. Tap 47 times in a month, and every ride after that is free. Combined with our universal school food program, a family with 2 kids save $1,200 a year. Real money back in your pocket. And we're making Scarborough safer, cutting 911 wait times by 70% and hiring more police officers, firefighters, and paramedics. You show up. You do your part. The city should deliver for you also. The Scarborough busway opens in September 2026. Faster commutes, more time for what matters. Let's go. And joining us to speak for a few minutes is TTC Chair Jamel Myers.
Thank you, Mayor Chow and Councillor Thompson. Good morning, everyone. I am so pleased to be here both in my capacity as TTC Chair and City Councillor for Ward 23 Scarborough North, but more importantly, a regular user of the Line 3 shuttle replacement. I take it 3 times a week, so this is a big deal for many of us who use this line. I have always advocated for better transit for Scarborough, and today's announcement is a huge step in that direction. With the acceleration of the busway, Scarborough commuters can finally look forward to using a dedicated busway before the start of winter 2026, months sooner than the previous projected date of 2027. This is not just about speeding up construction. It's about delivering results faster for people who rely on transit every single day. Since the closure of Line 3 in 2023, commuters have been using an interim bus replacement service, which has benefited from transit priority measures put in place by the City of Toronto. With today's announcement, thousands of Scarborough transit riders will be able to look forward to a more seamless transit experience when the busway is finally finished. The busway will mean faster, more reliable service and will ensure Scarborough residents have the transit we need to get around until the subway is completed. Taken together, the busway will save on average 7 minutes. Right now it takes 22 minutes from Scarborough Town Centre to Kennedy. We're looking at this saving 7 minutes, so on your full commute, it's going to save you 15 minutes a day roughly. I want to thank our partners at the City of Toronto, TTC staff, and the community for their commitment to keeping Scarborough moving. And I also want to give a special thank you to Mayor Chow. Many mayors have come to Scarborough making various promises about transit. Mayor Chow is the only one who has actually fulfilled it. This is a big deal, and this is a step in the right direction. So thank you, Mayor Chow.
Thank you. Please. Riders, yes, most important.
My name is Muna Shiraz, and I live close to the University of Toronto Scarborough campus. I graduated university about 2 years ago, but when I was in undergrad, I relied on the Scarborough RT every day to get to work and to go around the city. After the RT derailed and was shut down, getting around Scarborough or traveling downtown became much slower. I am now a publishing student, and those longer, less reliable commutes I affect, not just me, but many people in my community who depend on transit to get to work, school, and essential services. The Scarborough busway is a really great step forward that will bring faster, more reliable transit back to this route. Transit in Scarborough needs to be prioritized, and the sooner the busway is open, the better it will be for everyone who relies on it.
Thank you. Did you want to say a few words? Sure.
Good morning, everyone. Firstly, I'd just like to acknowledge the Mayor, Mayor Olivia Chow, thank you, TTC Board Chair, Jamal Myers, and Councillor Thompson, and as the Mayor highlighted, the most important person here, the residents, not overlooking the staff behind me who are actually building this right-of-way for the bus service. Was again, thank you. I just want to reminisce a touch in terms of what occurred. So in July 2023, we paused the SRT, and we made 3 commitments. Commitment 1 was to ensure Scarborough and Kennedy bus depots would have the capacity to deal with their extra bus service in lieu of not on the SRT. Delivered on that. On the 19th of November, we also started to run a service from Ellesmere to Scarborough with dedicated right-of-way. Commitment number 3 was to ensure that we could get the 4 kilometres of the rapid Scarborough RT ready for service. That, with the investment, as has been highlighted by the Mayor, by the Chair and the Councillor, all working in unison with the residents, has now been brought forward from 2027 to September 2026. That's wonderful achievement, and again, testament to what the TTC can deliver when they plan, execute and deliver a project, which we're in the midst of, with support from the board and the Mayor. And testament also to the patience of the most important people here today, our commuters. So I'd welcome this announcement, and it's an important step forward for delivering transit that Scarborough deserves and towards building a stronger, more connected GTA for everyone. Thank you.
Yay. Yoo-hoo. Some of you may have some questions or not. Oh, that's
Hi.
tall.
Can you hear me, Mayor?
Does anyone have any questions?
Yeah. Hello, testing. Can you hear me?
Yeah, a bit.
Yeah.
You may have to be a bit louder. Just 1 second. Oh, there you go. Hi. We see you. Yes.
Maybe I'll
now
wait
we
for
can
the
hear.
train.
Yeah.
All right. So transit opening early is always good news. Could either you or Mandeep shed some light on how we sped up construction, given that it was expected to open in 2027?
Yeah, we wanted to be sooner because 2027 takes too long. The technical piece, maybe our CEO can explain.
Just give a high-level overview. We looked at the activities which were in series in parallel. We looked at what we could do more effectively by working additional shifts, by putting the low-risk works onto the later shifts and high-risk works more in parallel. That saved time, saved hours, saved days, coupled with additional shifts. In parallel to that, we ordered all the materials, all the long lead items earlier, and that would give us the traction to give us a timeline. So the risk, we've de-risked the delivery times, we've de-risked the resources, we've got more resources, and we're doing more activities in parallel as opposed to series.
May I also add one thing? We learned quite a bit by our construction on the Garner, and as you know, we cut the time in half. Rather than 3 years, it's 18 months. We found by extra shifts and all the other areas, that weekend shifts, longer shift hours, that really helped. And we have also noticed, not just on this line where we're able to push forward, that a lot of construction, like recently in Eglinton East, the crosstown during the construction, really, the street were in very bad shape. We were able to pave it, and it's now really smooth. We did that construction just very quickly, no complaints, everybody, hardly any congestion. So we've learned from our Garner experience how we could speed up the constructions.
And just 2 more questions about budget, which we all love to talk about. So the
Sure.
original price tag, I believe, was over 67
Can
million.
you hold closer?
Sure.
Because I do have a bit of a hearing problem. Yeah,
Sure.
yeah, go ahead.
So the original price tag, I believe, was over $67 million, but it looks like now we're over $90 million. So what happened there? It looks like the capital costs have increased.
As you know, in this year's budget, 2025, we gave $500 million. We invested $500 million to TTC, historically the largest investment in the capital budget. So that enables TTC to fix the tracks, get the signals in good shape, and also, of course, construct the busway.
But why is the busway over budget? Like, what happened that the costs have increased?
But the costs escalate, but for the fine details, maybe CEO can explain it.
Can you repeat the question again, sorry?
Sure. So looking at budget documents last night, I believe the most recent one was from July. It looks like the total capital costs have increased to over $90 million. The original price tag was $67 million. What happened?
For this particular route?
For the busway, yeah.
Okay, so firstly, I would suggest those numbers that you've read were incorrect. Secondly, I would suggest when you look at a piece of project, you look at the whole in terms of A to Z. A to Z was the contingency. The contingency is within the remit of the project for delivery. Second of all, as I said, we've moved activities in parallel that has a cost impact in order to do that. But again, all the cost impact, we've been governed what we're doing, what we're delivering within the envelope of the cost profile of that piece of work. So that piece of work is within the governance of that, of the cost to deliver that project.
Sorry, so one final question. So just to be super clear, what is the final price tag of the Scarborough busway?
Can I give historic context?
Yes.
Councillor Thompson and I have been around for a few years. The price tag was $97 million. The original guesstimate was not correct. Just as the original, I'll just give you an example of FIFA. The original was 300 million. I did not factor in inflation. When I looked at the budget, it was nowhere near 300. It was 380. So the same thing here. When we approved it, it was 97 million. Yeah, because the original estimate was not correct.
Thank you.
You're right. Exactly.
Any other questions?
Yeah, just
Be
doing
careful
everything
there.
I was told to
Whoa,
not do
yeah,
on the subway platform.
Yeah.
Just
Come closer.
obviously, this is to replace transit or make it better until the Scarborough subway opens. That's earliest at best 2030. What happens to this once that's done? Because this is $97 million to build an expressway route for buses. That is a lot of money. Is there a way that you can use it again beyond the subway opening?
That's a good question. We'll examine that. I hope they open it in 2030. Scarborough folks have been waiting for that subway for a long, long time. Oh, Council's been waiting for that subway. Go for it.
Thank you very much for that question. It's a really important question, quite frankly. And the amount of funds that we're going to be spending on the busway here is really beneficial to my community. There are neighborhoods now that will actually have easier access to transit, whereas even with the subway, it would still be problematic and difficult for them. I don't see that we're going to mothball $100 million and simply say the end of it. We have many industries, many businesses and factories along this roadway where people are actually, this corridor where people actually come to work. It's much more convenient and much easier for them with respect to busway coming through. So going forward, there's a strong need because we're going to have in this area that is about 3 kilometers away from the McCowan-Lawrence subway station. It's going to be 70,000 people living in this area. So to add additional transit for them is going to speak directly to what the mayor is actually saying and the chair of the TTC is saying, which is we want to make it easier for you to travel. We want to reduce the time that it takes you to travel in this community. So this is going to be a very big positive investment in our community. There are elements of this corridor that will be utilized for more recreational activities and so on and so forth. But that's just to the northeast. In this area here, this is going to be a godsend for the people who work here and the people who will be living here. We're saying about 70,000. So it's a real plus for us.
Okay, so just to be clear, and maybe Mandeep, can I just ask you this? Even when the subway, or sorry, Mandeep, if that's okay, just even when the subway opens, your plan is to have TTC buses running along here still?
Is that for me?
To Mandeep.
Okay, so apparently I've been, listen, as I said, the fact is the subway station that are close to this area, there are McCowan and then the Scarborough subway. The fact of the matter is that the combination of those services that are needed in this city to reflect that what's actually taking place here in Scarborough Centre, there's going to be an additional 70,000 people, approximately, I think my number may be a little bit off, but approximately 15,000 new households in terms of the number of development. We have two development that's taking place right now. One is 1,700 units, and the other is probably just under about 600 units are going to build in this community. So the fact of the matter is that having better, more convenient transit is actually a plus for our community, not a negative. So in as much as there's proximity to more transit, quite frankly, it's a godsend to Scarborough that has been deficient in transit for so long. So we welcome he is going to benefit from it.
Okay, I do have a technical question just for
Sure.
Mandeep here. Just as far as the actual construction that you're doing, just what exactly are you doing? Are you just paving this route with asphalt and then buses drive on it, or what else needs to be done?
Again, it's a bit more technical than that, because you've got to look at the safety characteristics of the road, the earth beneath it in terms of the geometry. You've got to look at the requirements for subway. You've got to look at the lighting. So all those different aspects, from how deep we have to deep, depending on the soil type, defines all the different steps we need to take in line with the highway standards as well. So it's not just as simple as just laying down tarmac as you highlighted. Thank you.
I just want to add that coming to council in a few months is the changing of the zoning and density in all transit hub. And we are looking at much more people living in walking distance to transit hub. So what Councillor Thompson is saying, that there will be a lot of people, thousands and thousands of people moving into the neighborhood, and therefore we will need more public transit, right? So as to whether the bus will keep on running, probably. What route, we will see. It depends on how the development take place. But I have confidence that this being Scarborough Centre, it being so close to a transit hub, that we will have a lot of people moving into the neighborhood, which is exciting. Are there questions? No?
That's everything
Too cold.
for today. Thank you,
okay,
everyone.
that's it. All right. Okay, keep warm. Thank you so much for coming out.
Thank you so much, Mayor. This
Thank
is so
you.
important. Thank you.
Thank you so much for getting.
Thank you so much, Fred. Jamal? Thanks, man.